The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to another GoldMine 101, our regular series of short GoldMine presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of the GoldMine system. And this morning I'm going to cover scheduling shortcuts, a few tips to help you save time when you're scheduling and tracking follow-up activities in the GoldMine system. Hello, my name is Tim Wilmot and my company Wizard Systems. We're a specialist CRM solutions provider. We help small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing, and customer service through use of simple and affordable software solutions like GoldMine. Now, this presentation will be about 10 minutes or so, quarter of an hour in duration, quite short. It's just an overview of some of these scheduling shortcuts, tips. It's not meant to be an in-depth training session on how you manage your sales activities in the GoldMine system. My company, Wizard Systems, we offer many extensive training options if you'd like to explore that with us. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Probably best to type them in as soon as you think of them, as we have quite a short session today. Also, at the end, I'll be giving an update on the GoldMine product news. This call is being recorded as well. After the presentation, you will get an email from our system with a link to the recording that you can play back at your leisure, and we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. As I normally do, just a very brief mention about Wizard Systems. I know most people on the call this morning that are listening live, you know of us, but we've been around a long time. We've implemented well over 3,000 GoldMine systems in the last 25 years, or plus 25 years, and we offer complete service around GoldMine. So, of course, the software upgrades, GoldMine add-ons. There's a number of productivity add-ons to extend what GoldMine can do for your company. We provide any kind of training, as I've mentioned already, any level, your location, our location online. And finally, we've got a responsive, friendly help desk service ready to answer your calls. So let's pop into GoldMine then and cover scheduling shortcuts. So this is GoldMine. And as you might normally when scheduling an activity, there's obviously a few ways of initiating this and creating a follow-up activity. This is one way, obviously clicking on the schedule button, and we have our different activity types there. But what I'm going to show you does relate to most scheduling activity types. So I'm going to schedule a call here and pop in a reference. Now, the first tip I want to give you is around the date. So there is a little trick here for clicking into the date field and typing in a number followed by a letter, whether it be a day, week, or month, so a D, a D, W, or an M, to advance forward that number of days, weeks, months. So, for example, I could click in here and I could type in 2D for 2 days, and that will advance forwards 2 days. I could now go into, say, type in 3W. Let's schedule this for 3 weeks from now, and that will be the 4th of December. Or 5 months from now, 5M, and so on. So a very quick and easy way of, in your mind, you think, well, I'm going to call this person in a few weeks' time, very quickly selecting that without having to go through the calendar and advancing forwards X number of weeks and so on. It does save you a little bit of time. Now, the next tip is in the time box. Of course, you can type in there or select from the drop-down list these different times that you want this activity to be scheduled for. But it is also possible to put in a priority there. So if I type in an A, notice that the time label has just suddenly disappeared, and now it's a priority. So I can have, for example, I can have priority A calls, priority B calls, C calls, and as you want to. And then when you go to your activity list, where you see your different lists of activities for the day, you can easily then filter and group just on that priority level. So if you just want to see your top priority phone calls today, you could very easily display all of the A's, assuming A was your top priority. So a quick way of using that priority field there. Now, a couple of other things I wanted to mention around scheduling activities, and it relates to your options, your preferences in GoldMine. Now, on my options window here, I've got a scheduled tab, and a couple I want to highlight to you. First of all, this third one that I've already got checked, carry over completion notes when scheduling follow-up activities. So you complete an activity, you're typing in lots of notes, but you schedule a follow-up, you want to schedule a follow-up activity. GoldMine will carry forwards the notes from the old activity to the new activity. So in X number of months' time, when you see the new activity, you don't need to trawl back through to your old notes to see what happened on the previous call. You've got it there right in front of you, carried forwards when you schedule the new activity from the old activity. To help you, there is this second option, which I don't have checked, but prompt to schedule a follow-up activity when completing an activity. So you complete a phone call, automatically the system is going to prompt you for scheduling a follow-up phone call. So this is going to prevent you maybe forgetting to follow up some kind of sales inquiry. There's always going to be something on the go, whether it be in a few days' time or a few weeks' time or a few months' time. GoldMine's going to remind you there. So there we are, a couple of or a few tips there on scheduling shortcuts just to help you save time and make sure that you're tracking all of your activities very effectively in the GoldMine system. As I normally do on our 101 sessions, I open it out to any questions you might have, obviously anyone listening live. So first question from Nat. Why don't you show macros? I've used these in the past. Okay, so there is a macro feature in GoldMine. So you can record a number of different keystrokes. So let's say you're always wanting to schedule a phone call to follow up a client with a standard follow-up description, and it's always going to be in 7 days' time. It was possible to create a keyboard macro. So you get the GoldMine system to record the keystrokes of doing that call. It's inherently unreliable because if you move to a different system, a different screen resolution, those mouse clicks would not be very accurate and the system would fail. So GoldMine, Nat GoldMine have dropped support of that macro feature. I don't think it is used by many people now, but if you do use it, it's no longer supported by the authors. A better way to go is automated processes. Automated processes is a much more efficient way of having a button or a shortcut to schedule that. So look at automated processing on mine, far better, loads more options in there. Sue, can you share with 365? Yeah, yes, we can. It does need an add-on product that we supply called Riva, R-I-V-A. You'll see that on our website. I'll send you more information on that after the call. But yeah, that's a nice two-way link with Outlook, Exchange 365 to when you schedule your tasks and calendar activities, that will automatically appear in the other application and vice versa. Mercer, can you use Y for year? No, you can't. You'd have to use, it doesn't actually work to my knowledge. You'd have to use an M. So if it was 2 years, it had to be 24M, for example. So yeah, We don't support Y, I'm afraid. Right, don't think any more questions have come through. If any more late questions come through, I'll answer separately via email. Some latest news just to keep up to date. We are running a GoldMine Advanced course next week on Thursday, so great for anyone that wants to go to the next level on GoldMine. That's at our Bristol location. Please contact us for details. The latest release, I always advise people on this call, when is the latest release? That's 2019.1. There are these hot fixes that come out. So .1 is the initial release of 2019. The next one will be presumably a .2. We are expecting at any time. In 2019, there were lots of updates as regards security. So if you're concerned with keeping your system GDPR compliant, then there's some security improvements there. Additions to also GoldMine Web, the way of accessing GoldMine via the web or via the cloud. So that's all in that 2019.1, and also support for Microsoft SQL 2019 as well. So how do you get updates on GoldMine? Well, you've got to have an annual maintenance contract. So you can get this from Wizard Systems. It's an annual contract and not too expensive. And it does make sure that as these updates come out, you can access them, download them, and apply them on your GoldMine system to keep you up to date. So that's the end of this week's 101. If you've got any suggestions for future topics, please email me, tim@wizard-systems.com. In fact, there's all of our other contact connection details. But thanks very much for your time this morning, and look forward to speaking to you on the next 101 session. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.